Worldwide TV news being delivered by news anchor Awesome Goodman. Ongoing attacks challenge. Putin's Easter truce pledge. Amid Zelensky's concerns in the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, President Volodymyr Zelensky has expressed deep concerns about continued attacks, even with Russian President Vladimir Putin's announcement of a temporary Easter truce. These developments highlight the complexities and entrenched tensions that persist as both sides deal with the challenges of ceasefire agreements. As history has shown, pledges for peace and temporary ceasefires often fall short, leading to renewed violence. The gap between what is promised politically and the realities on the ground has fueled skepticism among observers and those directly affected. Background of the situation. The Easter truce aimed to provide a peaceful observance of the holiday. However, it has faced mounting scrutiny as reports from Ukraine detail ongoing offensives by Russian forces. This inconsistency raises doubts about the authenticity of Putin's commitment to reducing military actions during this time. Official statements from Zelensky's administration indicate a dire situation. In the past week alone, there have been over 30 reported attacks involving artillery strikes and drone assaults, many targeting civilian areas. These attacks have resulted in at least 15 civilian casualties, highlighting the tragedy of families who sought refuge in the hope that the truce would bring them relief, only to find themselves in peril. Zelensky's response to the continued violence. In light of the escalating violence, President Zelensky has made strong statements condemning these attacks. He argues that a genuine truce is crucial for any real movement toward peace. Zelensky has called for international accountability for those violating ceasefire agreements, emphasizing that these violations jeopardize future resolutions. Moreover, the president has sought to rally international support at a time when hope is desperately needed. As the Easter season symbolizes renewal, Zelensky's push for a reliable truce resonates with a populace longing for peace and stability. Implications for civilians. The ongoing attacks significantly impact civilians caught in the crossfire. Daily life is dominated by anxiety and fear, complicating their ability to recover and move forward. Families face tough choices about seeking shelter or migrating to safer areas. The humanitarian crisis is also critical. As violence continues, aid efforts are hampered, and access to essential services like medical care and food becomes increasingly limited. Non-governmental organizations report alarming statistics. Over 6 million people in Ukraine are currently displaced, and more than 15 million are in need of humanitarian assistance. Without urgent intervention, conditions are likely to worsen as hostilities persist. The international community's role. The international community is closely monitoring the situation. Calls for diplomatic engagement and pressure on both sides to uphold ceasefires have intensified. Western nations and various global organizations are analyzing the effectiveness of sanctions against Russia and their impact on the ongoing conflict. Additionally, discussions surrounding military aid for Ukraine have emerged. As the country seeks to strengthen its defenses, the geopolitical landscape continues to evolve. Current plans involve supplying Ukraine with advanced weaponry, aiming to boost its capability to counter ongoing threats effectively. The future of peace talks. While the Easter truce was intended as a hopeful gesture, the surge in hostilities raises significant questions about the future of peace negotiations. Symbolic acts of reconciliation must accompany genuine actions to ensure security for all parties involved. For progress, both Zelensky's administration and the Kremlin need to engage in sincere dialogue beyond mere statements. Effective negotiations should address the humanitarian crisis and the concerns of all parties. Mediators also have a pivotal role. Neutral parties can help create channels for communication between Ukraine and Russia, fostering an atmosphere of trust and cooperation that is essential for de-escalation. Path forward. The ongoing attacks that challenge Putin's Easter truce pledge remind us of the complexities of the Ukraine conflict. President Zelensky's calls for accountability and lasting peace highlight a critical moment where genuine efforts are needed. As the situation develops, it is vital for the international community to remain active, supportive, and vigilant. Ultimately, achieving a lasting peace requires more than words. It necessitates commitments backed by actions that prioritize the well-being of all affected individuals. While the journey toward peace in Ukraine is fraught with challenges, It is a path that must be followed with determination and a collective commitment to resolve the ongoing crisis. We'll continue tracking every development. For now, I'm Awesome Goodman with WorldWire TV News. Stay with us and visit w.worldwirenews.com for more news.